Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. So I'm going on a little ride here to Goodsprings. I'm having some technical difficulty here. I have one of those really sensitive faces where, you know, this microphone with the muff on it and stuff rubs against my face. And then, you know, I get tickles, you know, my face and stuff like that. My microphone keeps moving around on me. So anyway, I'm out here. There's some bikers everywhere out here. Going out here. And Goodsprings is up here a couple miles. It's like any little town founded on the discovery of precious metals and nearby mine. People came out to work the mines, lived there. Mine stopped producing. Some people stayed, some people left to go find other mines, and that's the way it was in those days. So it's a small little community out here, and the biggest thing out here today is the Pioneer Saloon. You may have heard of the Pioneer Saloon. It's kind of legendary. It's best known for, and I think in the 1930s or something, there was a plane taken off from, which was, I don't know what the airport was called, but today it's called Harry Reid International Airport. And on board was an actress of the day named Carol Lombard. She was married to a huge actress. I'm sure you've heard his name. Of course not. We got a brain fart. You know, the guy said, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," from Gone with the Wind. What's his name? Mustache. God, I can't believe I can't remember his name. I got his face right in his name right in my face. But anyway, when her plane crashed in the mountains, he was awaiting word of her fate at the Pioneer Saloon. And he sat, I guess, for hours smoking a cigar. And the cigar burnt a couple holes into the bar, and you can come out here to the Pioneer Saloon and see the two holes from a cigar. It's a place on the weekends that a lot of bikers hang out at. When we go by there, there'll probably be a bunch of motorcycles out there. They have really good food. They always usually have a band playing. It's kind of like bluesy rock kind of music. It's a really good time. A little pricey. It's become kind of touristy, but there's still a lot of locals in town who come here on the weekends, hang out, eat, drink some beers, and listen to some music. And we've been here a few times, and it's a good time. But anyway, that's pretty much the biggest thing out here, and we're going to be approaching it soon. And that's basically it. And then over those mountains is a place called Sandy Valley, which a lot of people live out there too. Not a lot, but I mean, you know, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I have no idea how many live out there, but it's a really cool place, right on the California border. And you know, these people who just don't want to live in Las Vegas, in Henderson, You just want some peace and quiet, which I understand, because I would love to live out here. Because I love peace and quiet now that I'm getting older. So, somebody's out here. You can see dust. I don't know if you can see it or not, but somebody's out here. There's dust kicked up all over the place over there. The weather's beautiful. It's in the low 70s. And it's perfect riding weather. It's getting a little chilly here. I don't have my long underwear on, but wind was going through my pants. Gave me a little bit of a chill, but not too bad, not unbearable or anything like that. So that's basically it. But once we start getting over into the road going to Sandy Valley, it's this really beautiful scenery. A lot of motorcyclists come out here on the weekends to ride. Go to the Pioneer Saloon, some food and beer. Ride some of these nice roads out here. There's not a whole lot of them, but you know, just to get out of town a little bit and ride. You can see some dwellings here, and there's over there some people, houses out there. I just got gas, and my wife has my credit cards, my debit cards. So I can turn left and go to Sandy Valley. I can go straight. We'll go by the Pioneer here so everybody can see it. I'll pull off. You see cars everywhere. See them all here? Here's the Goodsprings Cemetery. Look, see all these people? We gotta slow down here. A lot of people out here. Tourists, it's become very touristy. Man, there's a lot of people out here. How you doing? BMW. Ooh, what's that? So anyway, here's the Pioneer Saloon. It is packed today. See, it's become very touristy. I don't see it like this too often, but well, it is Sunday, I guess. Wow, look at all these people here. Off to the left over here, if I can keep my eyes off the road for a second, look at all these people. Wow, something's going on out here. You can hear music. I don't know if you can hear it enough. Behind these bushes are some old buildings. They're kind of collapsed. And see them right there. I didn't expect this many people to be out here. Looks like something's going on. Here's an old building from the old days here. It says Rip Jeff on it. I don't know what that means. Anyway, this is Goodsprings. A lot of nice little homes out here. Nice. Right now, these people are probably hating this. But here's some old buildings here. Left over from the mining days. Look at that rock building over there. Made out of cobblestone or whatever. So they got a Goodsprings Elementary School over there. So I'm going to turn left because we're going to go to Sandy Valley. So I don't think I can go that way. I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I'd love to live out here. This is just my style here. There's a nice, beautiful, kind of like log cabin. Look at that old little house. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. The older I get, the more antisocial I become. And it's not that I don't like people. I don't know. Just don't like crowds that much anymore. if I remember correctly, this will end up on the way to Sandy Valley. Got some gravel here. Haven't had any rain in a while, but I doubt these roads are really maintained very well. I doubt the Clark County really bends over backwards to come out here, maintain these roads too often. And of course I'm riding into the sun. Daylight savings time came around, so now it gets darker sooner. So my clock on my bike says 3:57, but really it's 2:57. Looks like the sun's setting already. I might be a little lost. I know somewhere around here, I think that's the road over there goes to Sandy Valley. Hey, what's this? Is this it? We're gonna play it by ear here. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Look at this gravel. Oh, makes me nervous. I got traction control and stuff, but you got to be careful out here. A lot of motorcyclists come out here and they ride like morons. There's a guy in a Harley out here a few months ago. Me and my wife came out. And up here a little bit, guy riding a Harley was wiped out in the road. And this dude was in his 60s, big, huge 900-pound Harley, laying on the ground, bleeding. And stopped to help him. And this guy was, he's bleeding from his head, because he's wearing one of those half skull, half helmet, whatever that a lot of Harley riders wear, and hit his head on the ground at some point. The arm was bleeding, had a cut above his eye, and we stopped to help him, and we kept asking, do you want to call an ambulance? Do you want to call the police? And he was adamant, absolutely not, no. And I knew what kind of guy this was. This is a guy who, he was tough, you can call it prideful, you can call it whatever you want, but he was not having that. So we were waiting around for him to collect himself. Thought maybe just get back on his bike and ride wherever. And turns out, I don't know how he found out, but the police were on their way because somebody had reported the accident. And it's up here somewhere. Oh, now it's cold, man, when you get behind this mountain. That sun's not shining. Anyway, it was around here somewhere. And somehow he got wind that the police were coming. He's like, I gotta go, the police are coming. So there was a lady here. She probably called the police and we didn't know it. And she asked, do you know how to ride a motorcycle? And I said, yeah, but I've never ridden a Harley, and I'd only had my KTM a short while. And I was a little bit nervous about riding this Harley, because I'd never ridden a Harley before, forward controls and the weight and the power is different. It was like right around here, I think, is where it happened, like this curve right here. Yeah, this is where it was, around here somewhere. And yeah, right here. So he said, yeah, we gotta go. I jumped on that motorcycle. He got in my car with my wife. And guy rode his bike back to his friend's house who lived over here in Sandy Valley. Look at that guy. Impatient. Absolutely has no idea what it's like to ride a bike when the sun's in your eyes and gravel all over the road and potholes and bumps and everything else. But yeah, just let him go. "35 miles an hour. I was easily going the speed limit, but that wasn't good enough for him." You can see there's a lot of gravel in the road at some places. You know, I'm not going to go flying through here, wipe out like that guy did, just because idiots in cars expect me to be flying through here. Anyway, this is a very beautiful place. Sun's in eyes, can't really catch the mountains too much. So now we're going downhill. Sandy Valley will be opening up here soon. And it's just, again, another little community. People just want peace and quiet. Ooh boy, I'm taking it a little bit too fast here. Potholes, sand. But this is, if you take the freeway, you know, less than an hour from my house. Again, with all these beautiful places to ride. So I hadn't made a video in a while. After my last video, Valley of Fire, if you've seen that one, I had some sciatic nerve issues with my back. And I still have them. But it happened immediately after that ride. I don't know. I have my suspension settings on soft because again, as I mentioned in my last video, can't find my knee pads. Take my bike on dirt and working part-time. Yeah, if they just really maintained these roads and kept the sand off and got rid of the potholes, this would be a blast. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, working part-time and stuff, you gotta really be careful of what I spend my money on, so the knee pads are gonna have to wait. So that's why I haven't made a video in a while, because my back has been killing me. Look at that. It's also a little cemetery out here. I love to go to these old west ghost towny type of cemeteries. You know, there's a lot of really old graves, and desert cemeteries are totally different than your usual cemetery. People decorate the grave with all kinds of little knickknacks and stuff like that. If they were a motorcycle rider, they'd put like a little motorcycle model, you know, on the headstone. A lot of bottles of whiskey or vodka or tequila or beer bottles. You know, people came out and had a drink, left their bottles, you know, as a tribute or something. But yeah, see those houses down there, side of Sandy Valley. That's pretty much California on those mountains ahead. desert place, desert community. I'm looking at land out here. You can get a couple acres for about, I don't know, between $30,000 and $50,000, depending on where it's at. I would not mind living out here at all. You know, the old stereotype about the old man, you know, yelling at kids to get off his lawn is true. As you get older, you just don't want a bunch of noise. That's why I bought my motorcycle. I can get out of town, get out of Las Vegas with the bumper-to-bumper cars and every light's red and, you know, all that stuff that goes with living in a city full of people. It's just not something I enjoy. I'm not a big fan of crowds anymore these days, so I like to get on my bike, get out of town, and ride it to a place like this where it's just peace and quiet. There's no honking, there's no noise, no people yelling. Just beautiful out here. 50 years from now, this will probably be all bought up and developed. So yeah, I woke up this morning thinking I should go on a ride. Also, last week I had a couple days to go for a ride, and we've had really bad wind. When the wind in town is bad, the wind outside of town is worse, because all those buildings and stuff, you know, act as little barriers to wind. So it's not quite as windy in town. But there's times when it is very, very windy in town, and if you go outside of town out in the open like this, it's like just a hurricane. So I'm not about to go out riding, fighting the wind, because that just wears you out. And when you go out for a few hours to ride and film and all that, it's just, the wind just beats your butt, man, because it's just, you have to fight the wind, you know, with your bike, and you got a light bike like this. It just blows you all over the place, and it's windy out here now, but it's totally acceptable windy. Goodsprings Tavern. So they have a tavern, they have stuff like little markets. I don't think there's any like big grocery stores or anything out here. There's a school, Sandy Valley School, it says. And look at this truck. Are you gonna stop or what? What the fuck? Fuck. Fucking idiot. Maybe I don't want to move out here. We got dumb fucks like that. My God, what is wrong with people? You know, people tell me, oh, I wouldn't ride on the freeway or on a motorcycle if I were you. Let me tell you something. I hardly ever have problems on the freeway riding. It's always on just regular roads. It's where people are always changing lanes to, you know, no signal. My God. We love our police. But yeah, there you go. Mobile home. A lot of mobile homes. I don't know why. I mean, I know these people probably, you know, these people are very, as they would say about George Costanza from Seinfeld, if you ever watched Seinfeld, very careful with money. In other words, they're cheapskates. Mobile homes are cheap, the land was cheap, and they don't care. They're not trying to impress people, and I understand that. I don't live to impress anybody either. The problem, though, with the mobile homes And I don't know how they do it, because I'm a little arachnophobic, snake phobic, kind of. Here's the cemetery here for Sandy Valley. Very little. I've been there. It's pretty cool. But anyway, you know, you got to have air conditioning out here, okay? When you have a mobile home, all the ducts are underneath. Ow! Ooh, that's a little wavy. Plumbing under the crawl space. Now, I'm not gonna go, you know, crawling under my mobile home in the desert in a place like this. I mean, it is the best place ever for rattlesnakes, tarantulas, and scorpions. And while I love all these things, I'm fascinated by them. I don't want to go crawling under my house to fix a blocked pipe or a leaky pipe, or, you know, who knows, mice. You got mice out here. Now look at how this is like this weird sagebrush. It's just like, it's so thick. Yeah, mice can get under there. You know, I don't know if they're doing damage to the ducts for your air and heat. Who knows? But to me, living in the desert and having a crawl space, yeah, no, I don't think so.